Hey friends, it's your girl, Emily Curl, and right now we are backstage at our iHeart Country Festival here in Austin, Texas. Dear iHeart, we consider this festival like the kickoff to summer. I'm curious for you, Carly, what is like the ideal summer day for Carly Pearce? Like, what does summer look like for you?
Getting to be home with my dogs, maybe going for a run, going to the pool, having some drinks outside. I like to be outside. Maybe going for a hike. I just like anything that's outdoor.
I like to be home.
Do you?
Because I'm gone a lot.
Summertime, kids are out of school, they get to go on tour.
Yeah.
This will be the last time we get this kind of opportunity on the tour bus again. So my son, I'm splitting it up. My daughter's gonna get New York, Boston, Philly, like the Northeast. And my son is gonna get Lincoln, he's gonna get Idaho, Boise, Washington State, like the mountain, Colorado, the mountain states.
I love anything outdoors, but with like an air conditioner in my face. My wife and I, we love to just hang out with our dogs and chill.
Definitely water. Like it's either in my backyard in a kiddie pool or we're at the lake on somebody's boat that's not mine. So I'm drinking.
What are you like most looking forward to? What are you really hoping for this summer?
My new house has 2 pools and I'm gonna swim in both of them a lot.
Get on water, get in some kind of boat, fishing boat, ski boat, canoe, it really doesn't matter.
This summer's all festivals and fairs and headline dates. We're touring pretty much the whole time. But when I'm not playing, this year going to friends' weddings and just hanging out with people, trying to get to the beach maybe once and the mountains a little bit, and, that's about it, nice and busy.
We've talked about doing some road tripping. My wife grew up camping and traveling a lot with her family. She comes from a family of 7, so they were always finding state parks and camping and traveling and just roughing it. So we talked about maybe renting one of the modern versions of what a camper,
like an RV, like a
an RV, but there's some sort of Sprinter van type RVs now that they've got, and so we may rent one of those and travel a little bit.
We spend a lot of time at the beach. We've had a place down in Florida for a decade or so, my wife and I, and we also spend a lot of time at the lake back home. So I guess we're water people.
Yeah. You grew up in Kentucky. When you think about like your childhood in the summer, what comes to mind? What are those memories that stick out?
My grandparents' front porch sticks out for me. They had rocking chairs there. It's like a screened-in porch on their front porch. For some reason, 4th of July really stands out for me. Just being there. I think my grandparents' home is like really what I remember as a kid, just running up and down their little hill in Kentucky.
Sports, baseball, getting ready for football, hot summers and shoulder pads. It's just good times, good nostalgia, like making friends and figuring it out life. Like summer was, it was free. It was freedom. It was your option to figure out who you are, and that was what we try to do the most as kids, for sure.
Baseball.
Oh, were you a baseball? You were always playing baseball? Did you start
fairs.
In fairs?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I started racing dirt bikes too in 2017. That's why I quit baseball, because I wanted to ride dirt bikes. So that's kind of what summer was too. In those years, I raced a lot of like outdoors motocross and stuff.
I get really sad when I think about it, because I wrote a song recently about it. I wish I'd have cut it on this record, but I wrote it a little too late, talking about how good those days were, but those days are gone. And I think about it all the time, and a certain song or a smell or like chlorine always makes me remember like the pool when I was a kid, and just the whole vibe and the memories that come back. But I get sad because those were the best days, and you didn't know that they were the best days when you were living them. So I write a lot of songs about that. My granddad had a big quarter horse operation, and I broke horses and worked cows for him all summer growing up, pretty much every year of my childhood, all the way up into high school. But we always did like a big family vacation at the beach. We were always running around my grandparents' house. We all had 4-wheelers and horses, and grew up really, really good, and summertime was the best for us.
I didn't realize until I left Georgia how unique the people from Georgia are and the culture there, and even within the South, it has its own little subculture. So it's the people, I think. It's the way we interact. It's how our families get together and love on each other. It's the attitudes we have, and our toughness and our stubbornness and big hearts, hard working, all those things. I get back down to Georgia, and I love Tennessee. I love Tennessee folks, and I love Americans in general, but Georgians, I just kindred spirits.
A lot of basketball camp and just kind of, I don't know, messing around. We would roll people's houses and
Did you?
menaces. and just go to the pool. It was pretty simple.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, don't tell Winston-Salem about that.
What was playing on the speakers? What playlist did you have going? What
Oh
artists?
gosh, all country. My grandmother loved Loretta Lynn. We listened to a lot of her. I loved Vince Gill. I loved all the ladies in the 90s. So I'm sure that I was controlling the playlist even when I was 10.
What would be on the Bobby Bones Summertime Backyard playlist?
That's a good one. You know, Bailey Zimmerman's been killing it. Morgan Wallen's new album, obviously, people are loving. You know, a lot of 90s stuff, obviously. So it's just kind of, you know, mostly upbeat. You know, I love sad music generally, but not for a barbecue.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
My first love, this is so weird, was disco. So ABBA.
Such an interesting. Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I loved ABBA when I was in 4th grade. My dad loves like classic rock, and my mom likes everything. My brothers were starting to get into like the cool, you know, early 2000s music and like some of the kind of off the radar bands, like the Mofros of the world.
Yeah.
So it was a mixture of everything, but probably most, you know, Skinner, Allman Brothers, Molly Hatchet, AC/DC, all that stuff.
Oh, I love.
Okay, well, I can go from like country to rap real quick, but like I feel like summertime screams for like Kenny Chesney.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. And like the actual summertime song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. My parents always played Alan Jackson. And then, like
Chattahoochee was always on, no doubt. But
So good. Yeah.
I mean,
what album is
Brooks
it?
and Dunn for me was always
A Little Red Dirt
always
Road.
Red Dirt. Exactly, Red Dirt Road. That big, like I could do anything I wanted to with that song in the background. Like anything I wanted to. I was in